Hey friends, welcome back to Beer and Beauty. It's Kasha. So I just wanted to hop on here really quick before we jump into the video because it's a video that I shot months ago, and so is the last video that I posted. The last video I posted was a declutter, and as I was editing that declutter, I realized I was just kind of thinking about how we're living this strange and crazy time where a lot of us are being not forced, but strongly encouraged to stay at home. And that's been really hard for a lot of people. And understandably so, especially if you're somebody that's kind of running out of things to do. But I thought this would be a really good time to post those videos, that last declutter video, as well as all my other declutter videos that I've posted in the past, and the declutter videos that I'm about to continue to post, because if you're going to be stuck inside, especially now that spring is beginning, it's a good time to really log on to Netflix and watch Marie Kondo's series and read her book and really experience the life-changing magic of tidying up. And it's something that you can do at home, you have to do at home, and it's very time-consuming, and it improves your life for the better. It really clears your mind. It can be really kind of soothing. It can be a walk down memory lane. It's something you can do with the whole family. And when all is said and done and you're surrounded by things that only spark you joy and not things that, bring you guilt that you don't use them enough, or you need to perhaps be a different person so you can use this thing, whether that is something out of the kitchen, like a kitchen tool that you never use because you just don't do that type of cooking, or if it's the dress that's never been quite flattering on you and you just keep it around just to inspire you to lose weight or whatever. If they're not already items in your collection that are already sparking joy in your life, the way your life is right now, then perhaps considering decluttering it would make your space a more enjoyable place to be in for the next couple weeks, and will give you a lot to do. I'm experiencing, a couple days back I posted that things to do while self-quarantining video, and it was supposed to be just kind of like a gag reel, just something I did because I was bored and just for fun. But it turns out it was strangely helpful for a lot of people, because a lot of people in my life realized right away that they've run out of stuff to do. They're bored already. They find themselves online in the dregs of the internet, just cluttering their minds a little bit too eagerly, too quickly. So I inspire you guys to take this coming week and find a day to maybe not tackle the whole thing, your entire house, but perhaps declutter your clothes or declutter your makeup. So that's what this video is. I shot it a while ago, but it's still, the logic applies today. If you're interested in checking out some of my other declutter videos that I've posted in the past as inspiration, I would love if you did that. I welcome you to do that. If you'd like to maybe film it, let me know too. If you end up filming your declutters and posting them to YouTube, that's another thing you can do with your time. I would love to see. I actually really enjoy watching declutter videos. I find declutters videos for myself really inspiring too, because it helps me be a little bit more cutthroat in my decision making. Maybe my decision making can help you. Maybe I'm not the most cutthroat in the world, but I intend to one day do another declutter series where, nonetheless, let me go ahead and pour myself the last bit of this wine. It is the Secret Reserve Red Blend from Santa Clarita. Looks like that. And cheers. Thanks for joining me guys again. I hope you enjoy it. And yeah, let me know down below in the comments if you end up doing a declutter yourself, or if you enjoyed the video. I don't know. Check it out. Cheers. Bye! Hey friends! Hello friends, welcome back to Beer and Beauty. It's Kasha. Today's video is another declutter. I know. How many declutter videos are there possible in the world? Apparently a lot. A lot of declutter videos. But I think this might be the last one I shoot because as far as the other categories go in my collection, like my mascaras, my setting sprays, my glitters, I don't have many that I would like to declutter, so I think this is the last category that some work needs to be applied to. But today's declutter video is going to entail my single eyeshadows. So I got them right here. This little drawer out of like a tiny little plastic organizer is overflowing. And there's definitely a lot here that I'd like to declutter. So without further distractions, besides this one, today's beer of the day is from Thomas Hooker Brewery. It's their chocolate truffle stout. It looks like this. Thomas Hooker Brewery is a local brewery from Connecticut, and I love them. I went there over the summer and I tried their IPA that they have. They're like classic IPA, and I think it's really comparable to some of the IPAs that they make at Treehouse Brewing Company, which is saying a lot because Treehouse Brewing Company is really delicious, but I hate that they don't distribute. I feel like that's elitist. I think it's elitist, but you can get some of the same like delicious IPA vibes from the Thomas Hooker beers, and this one's really interesting and good too. Apparently it's made with chocolate from a local chocolatier from Connecticut as well, and it's delicious. Let's go ahead and try. It's a stout, but it's like 6%, so it's not too heavy. It's not syrupy. Sometimes stouts are like a full meal. This one's not. This one's very drinkable. It's like smooth and velvety, and the chocolate flavor isn't like, it's definitely there, but it's not overpowering. It's not like a lot. I think it's a beautifully balanced beer. I really like it. So, cheers to that. Let's get into the declutter, shall we? Okay, so I don't know if you guys can hear that, but yet again, my neighbors are walking around upstairs heavily. So you're just gonna hear, you might hear a little bit of the walking, but we're gonna have to power through because I'm running out of time to shoot these declutter videos. So let's go ahead and get into it. So I got one palette of singles, which there's only 4 shadows in here, and then I've got this whole thing over here. Let's go ahead and go through the palette first. So I think these 3 I'm gonna keep. This one is MAC Nylon, really great inner corner highlight color. This is Centerfold from ColourPop. It's a really kind of neon peachy kind of orange. It's really cool. It was recommended, not to me personally, but I heard Jay Kissa talk about that one. That's why I got it. And this one is Glass Bowl, which is like kind of like a cult classic single shadow from ColourPop. I'll go ahead and swatch it because it is super cool. You know, there's a lot. I actually have other shadows in here that have this kind of reflect. It's kind of like a blue to purple with like a brown base kind of reflect, but this one's different. This one's not nearly as brown as some of the other ones. And it's just such a unique shadow. It's really cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep that one. And I will declutter this. I think this is a Makeup Forever shadow. I just never reach for it, and I have so many shadows that are like it, so that one's gonna get decluttered. All right, so inside this little buddy, I think I can go ahead and declutter this Ofra shadow. I'm not even gonna swatch it. I got it inside of a Ipsy bag. I think I used it once. I didn't really like it. It's a huge pan though. It's got like sparkles in it. I don't know. I used it once. I didn't really like it, so I'm gonna go ahead and declutter that one. I can let that one go. This is a cute shadow. This I got in an Ipsy bag. One of my last ones, I think, too. And this is actually a really pretty blue. It swatches nicely. It's nice and pigmented. It's got like even kind of a very beautiful sheen. But the blues inside of my Alamar palette are pretty close. And I have other blues that are pretty close to that one too. So I think I can go ahead and let that one go. Another single from Steve Laurent. I use this in a really beautiful look on my Instagram. Maybe I'll leave a picture of it up on the screen. But this is just like a beautiful lime green. I think it's called green. Yeah, it's called Green Apple. It's super pretty. It's got another really beautiful sheen. Perhaps my hand lotion is actually giving these guys a little bit more of a sheen, but it's just not one that I reach for often, and I have other shadows that are pretty similar like that in some of my palettes. I'm gonna go ahead and declutter that one. Here we have a Kat Von D shadow. This is in the shade Iggy. I'm gonna hold on to it because this one's pretty unique in my collection. Nice metallic green shadow. Looks like that. I am not buying from Kat Von D anymore, but I don't want to declutter something that I think I could still use. So I'm going to go ahead and hold on to that one. Here we have a single shadow from the brand City Color Cosmetics, another thing I got inside of an Ipsy. I think I used this a couple times, and it's okay. It's just okay. Because I collect red shadows, I have lots of shadows that are like this, so I can pass that one on. This is really pretty. This is the Maybelline Color Metal Tattoo Metal shadow. It's like a cream eyeshadow and it's super pretty. But I feel like it dried out or something. And that's not a surprise to me because I haven't reached for this all year long. So that one can go. I haven't reached. This is a pretty shadow. This is from Luna, the brand Luna. And it's their Juliet eyeshadow. It's like a shimmery pink, but that's another one that I have a ton of in my collection. It's not anything particularly eye-popping to me, so that one can go. One I think I still would like to keep is this NARS single in the shade Himalaya. It's a really reflective taupe. I want to swatch that one. Yeah, that could make for a really sexy, smoky kind of look. So I think I'd like to hold on to that one for a little while longer. It is starting to get old though, so I think next time I do a declutter, I might declutter that one. Here's another smoky black shadow from the brand Meech and Mia. It's called Gunmetal. Let's go ahead and just swatch it for old time's sake. Feels smooth, feels buttery. But it's just it's not spectacular enough for me to be compelled to keep it. So I'm gonna go ahead and let that one go. This is a piece of gratis. This is one of my very first pieces of gratis that I got at Sephora when I worked there. And I was so excited about it. And I used to really love the shadow, but it's very different now. It's like, makes this weird texture and it doesn't, but I haven't reached for it all year long, so that says to me it's time to let that one go. This isn't even a eyeshadow. This is a gel eyeliner from the brand Bang. This was in the infamous Laura Lee BoxyCharm, and it sucks. I tried to use it as a gel eyeliner. It was awful. I used it as a brow product. It was a little bit better, but still not worth it for me. I'm gonna let that one go. Here is a classic we have. Here, let me clean it up a little bit. This is a single of Stila Kitten, which is a beautiful like brow bone highlight, inner corner highlight. It's beautiful. It's super shiny. It's still gorgeous. I think I'm gonna keep that one because it's such a cult classic, and you can't get the singles at Sephora, or like not at the Sephora I used to work at anymore. At least. I got this in like a 500 point perk situation. One of those little box sets of Stila stuff, and it was worth it just to get this little shadow. It's so pretty, and I still mess with it sometimes, so I'm gonna hold on to that one. Let's do a little swatch porn, shall we? I got these shadows at IMATS this year, and they're one of the greatest things that happened to me this year. Oh no! It got everywhere. It opened up and kind of got everywhere. Yikes. Okay, we're gonna have to do some cleaning in a little while, but... So these are like multi-chrome shadows from the brand Larina, and I actually used this in a look in the fall, and it's so pretty. Unfortunately, these are kind of like loose pigments, and a ton of them fell apart, but this is the shade Sinner. And it's like purple to gold. It's so cool. That's what it looks like on the finger. I don't know how to show on camera the shifting nature of it. You'll just have to believe me. It shifts like purple to gold. It's really cool. And I have the shade Pride, which is like purple to green. It looked like this. I think on camera it just looks green, but like, and it depending on how you, maybe I'll use my phone. But first I'll swatch all of them. So that was the shade Pride. And it looks green on camera, but when I look at it from where I'm sitting, it looks purple. So that's so weird. And then the last one is called Sloth, and this one's like blue to purple. And when you swatch these two together, they look pretty similar, but it's interesting. Yeah, Sloth is more blue to purple, and Pride is like more green to purple. Sinner is like gold to purple. So all of them kind of have like a purple base. But I wonder... Oh, whoopsie. Can you see? Yeah, I think now you can kind of see how that first one shifts to gold. You can see how that's the other two look a little bit more purple. Anyways, they're really pretty and they look crazy on the eyes and I love them. So all three are definitely gonna get cat. This is another one I got inside of a BoxyCharm this year. It's from Ace Beauté. Ace Beauté makes really gorgeous pigments. And I love that. And then, like, it's so pretty in the summertime too. I did a handful of really like impressive looks with these. So I'm gonna hold on to that one. This is a single of Sugar Pill Love Plus, the greatest matte red eyeshadow in the whole market. I'll go ahead and swatch it for you. Look at that. Look at that. It is incredible. That's another one I'm definitely gonna keep. I mentioned earlier that this was kind of a popular shade earlier. This is from a brand called Total Intensity by Prestige. And it's pretty. And it's like duochrome. It's really pretty, but I haven't reached for it all year long. I think I have other ones like that in other parts of my collection. So I'm gonna go ahead and pass that one on. This is another shadow I got inside of an Ipsy. This is called Pop Goes the Shadow Premium Eyeshadow in the shade Goldie. Really smooth and buttery and very pretty, but I haven't reached for it all year long. And I think I probably have shadows like that somewhere in my collection. So I'm gonna let that one go. I'm so sad that that shadow spilled on some of these guys. But here we have a single shadow of Kat Von D's Raw Power, like a red metallic shadow. I have that I have lots of shadows that are kind of like that. Plus this one's kind of broken. As you can see, there's like little crud particles inside, so I'm gonna pass that one on. Yeah, I can't be bothered to repress it, so I'm gonna pass it on. Here we have a nice bronzy shadow from The Balm. This is called Nude Beach, Volume 3. It's a nude eyeshadow. It's pretty. It feels so smooth and like buttery, but I haven't reached for it since I got it, so... Ooh, look how pretty that swatches. I'm gonna pass that one on. This is another shadow from The Balm. This one's called The Balm Voyage. Yeah, it's a travel shadow, they call it. The Balm Voyage Volume 2, Kawakaribisha. I don't know how you're supposed to say that, but I tried to read it just now. Kawakaribisha. I tried, okay? I tried to pronounce it, but let's go ahead and swatch it. I'm running out of swatching space. Really reflective and pretty. But another one I haven't reached for in a long time, so that one can go. I'm being more cutthroat than I ever could imagine. This shadow I got in an Ipsy bag, I was really impressed with. I got a really beautiful look out of it. This is the shade Fierce from Hikari Cosmetics, and it's... I don't know, it's a really beautiful shadow. Look at that. It's almost as pretty as my Pat McGrath. I think I'm gonna hold on to it for a little while, even though I have my Pat McGrath shadow that's even prettier than this, but this one's deeper. That one's a little bit more true red, so I'm gonna hold on to that one a little while longer. This is not a shadow, but an eyeliner, and it's all dried out. This is from Hip High Intensity Pigments from L'Oreal. Me and this shadow go way back. I used to spread this all over my eyes to look really scary, and it's time to let it go. It's all dried out. It's really old. I had it since high school, so that can go. I had lots of fun with this shadow. This is from Dirty Little Secret. It's in the shade Bronzed, and I used a ton on my eyes when I first got it. Yeah, it's just like a really kind of dirty, antique-y, kind of goldish bronze. It's really cool, but I have had my fun with it, so that one can go. Some of these ColourPop Super Shocks I've never played with. Like, this one is completely untouched. It's in the shade Bay. Ooh, Oh, that's so cool. Got like a purple base with some like blue glitters in it. Okay, I'm gonna hold on to that one. I've never worn this one on my eyes. I got this like 2 years ago, but it's still nice and wet, so I can continue to use that one. Here's another one in the shade Envy. Looks like that was used maybe once, like maybe swatched or something. Oh, that's pretty too. Oh, how cool is that? I need to do like more nighttime smoky looks. That's like a black with some purple shifting glitters that are like purple or yellow, depending on how they hit the light. Really cool. So that one I'm gonna hold on to. This Shadow Drift, I think I might be able to let go. I have a lot of colors that are kind of like that. Yeah, as you can see, the Hikari shadow is just way better payoff and like such a similar kind of color. So that one, I think I can let go. Here's another dark shadow I don't think I've ever used. This is the shade Lace from ColourPop. Look at that, completely untouched. I've never used it. I think I need to play around with it on my eyes to really get to know it a little bit better, because as you can see, I've never even used it. So I'm gonna hold on to that one for a little while. I might use this again in a Valentine's Day look. I did a beautiful, oh, look at that, that's so pretty. This is the shade Slave to Pink from ColourPop. Look at that, that is so incredible. It's got a little bit of like a fuchsia reflect, like a purpley fuchsia reflect, but it's so pink. I did a gorgeous like monochromatic pink look years ago using this shadow. And it's still nice and wet. And like I said, I think I might try to do something fun with it for Valentine's Day coming up. So I'm gonna hold on to that for now. This shadow is called Erotic, and it feels dried up. And honestly, it's like, it reminds me of this Ace Beauté shadow, but it's just not nearly as high intensity. It's a shame because it's one that I dried out without me ever really using it, so I'm gonna let that one go. Next we have a couple, these two are really similar. This one I used a couple times this year, actually. This is the shade Sequin from ColourPop. I gotta clean my fingers. Here's Sequin, still pretty. Still can be blended onto the eyes nicely, but you know what? I have a ton of liquid eyeshadows that I haven't used, and some of them are really similar colors to this one. So I think I've had my fun with this one. I think I can let it go. I don't know about that though. I'm gonna hold on to it because I wanna see what dupes I have in my collection. So I'm gonna go hold on to it and see what dupes I have. And this is the shade Lala from ColourPop. This one's a little bit more wet. That's different. That one doesn't have nearly as much glitter as Sequin, because that one's not supposed to be as Sequin. But I'm gonna hold on to it for now, and I bet in the next declutter I'm gonna declutter it, but for now I'm gonna hold on to it. Here's another one I've never touched. This is the Shadow Mittens from ColourPop. Well, I think I've touched it once. It's just a brown eyeshadow. It's got an interesting sheen. I don't see myself picking this up in the next 6 months. It's just, yeah, I'm probably not gonna reach for it. I'm not gonna miss it if I declutter it. So I'm gonna go ahead and declutter it. And I'm getting down to the wire here. We're almost done. Okay, here's a random little pigment. This is interesting. What does that look like? Ooh, I'm surprised. I don't even know where this thing came from. Lovebug Lightning Eyes Sea Green Cosmetic Arts Eyeshadow Powder. That's pretty though. Yeah, I'll hold on to that. I'll mess around with that a little bit. It's pretty next to the pink too. So that's cool. I'll mess around with that. And lastly, we have this one I know I can let go. It was really pretty, but I haven't touched it in so long. This is Mink Magnet Itty Bitty Tiny Mini from Buxom. It's pretty, but I have lots of shadows that are kind of like it. Oh, it's very pretty. Are you kidding? I don't know, I decluttered a lot. Now I'm changing my mind. I'm changing the tune. Let me swatch it next to, it's a little bit more reflective than the NARS shadow. Okay, I'm gonna hold on to it for a little while longer. But I gotta remember to use it before the next time. Here we have from Space Case Cosmetics Alien Love Child eyeshadow. Looks like it's like a purple to blue duochrome. Looks cool. And that's really pretty and cool, but I think I have comparable stuff in some of my hollow highlighter palettes. So I think I can let that one go. So here's what I ended up keeping, or this is what I ended up decluttering. So we got
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21.
21 shadows I am decluttering. And that's not even counting, so, like, before I even started this declutter, I saw a bunch of old shadows I had from high school. Like old cream shadows. So I'm just like, I'm gonna go ahead and not even feature them in this video and go ahead and throw them away because they're too gross. Decluttering 21 eyeshadows, that's pretty damn good. This is one of the more cutthroat declutters I've had because you know what? I don't reach for these singles that often. You know, even out of these, which ones did I reach for this year? These are the ones I decided to keep. This one and this one, this one and this one, one of these, one of these, one of these. And I think that's it. I think I might have used glass bowl one time and then like nylon a couple times. So these I haven't even used at all this year. So I might even do another declutter soon and end up decluttering those again as well. Look at my beautiful swatch arm. Isn't it so fun? So what I ended up keeping was
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
half gone, half declutter. So I'm keeping 21 shadows and decluttering 21 shadows. Half gone. Isn't that great? I feel so proud of myself. And this little selection of shadows is going to be a lot more fun to reach for. Just because it's just like, I curated these, I went through them, and I decided these are special. So I'm going to go ahead and hold on to those. So that is it, friends. That is my single eyeshadow declutter. That one I think went particularly well. I decluttered half, so that is really amazing, and I felt like my decision making was really strong. Like, I knew that I needed to get rid of a lot of these, so it made it pretty simple to go into it and just be like, these are the ones I want to keep and these are the ones I want to let go. This is actually, out of all the categories, one of the easier ones to get through. So that was really enlightening and cool to learn about. Thanks so much for watching this video, guys. If you like declutter videos, go ahead and check out some of the videos I have linked down below, or subscribe to my channel. I think this might be the last one that I'm at least shooting. The last declutter video that I'm shooting, but I just posted a ton of other ones. I might post more depending on when I ended up editing this one, but this is the last declutter video that I'm shooting for now. Like I said, there will be more declutter videos in the future, but I'm gonna wait until I get settled into my new apartment in Los Angeles. I'm gonna be moving cross country super soon. So excited. It's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be fun. So I hope you subscribe for that. I'll also have links down below my social media, my merch, some of my favorite videos, all the stuff. So I hope you check me out. I hope we get to hang out again super soon. I have all types of fun content planned for the new year. So thanks so much for hanging out with me, guys. I really enjoyed hanging out with you. I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me. And until next time, cheers. Bye!